Hello everyone. So I'm back today to decorate the Cardinal book. And this is the pom-poms that I put in it. And this is the cover. I covered the whole book in a Cardinal fabric with red and black checks. And the spine is 3 signatures and it's done with black bookbinding thread. And I pretty much have finished this book. I've been working on more than one at a time. Just because of the Christmas season, I don't want it to take, so long to make my books if I don't have to. They're all pretty much done the same way. And I know you guys like to watch them get decorated. And so it's fabric on the outside, 3 signatures, and the inside is cardinals and bells and a little bit of poinsettias, and holly. So we're going to deck in this red and black plaid, check, plaid, whatever, whatever you want to call it. So there's a lot of things in here that we've got to get put in the book. Now, I'm going to set that right there so it doesn't give me trouble because I'm still trying to get it all stretched out. Now, they're always real stiff when you first get them. And this one is no exception. So, we made these in a video in Christmas in July. Do you guys remember that? I decided I wanted to use one of these for the library pocket. Now, I am going to put it right in the center, in the front. But I want to add a cardinal to it. Now, these are just, what did I do with those? There they are. They're just little small cardinals. And I don't really know how they're going to end up looking, but we're going to try it and keep our fingers crossed. They're not that easy to get off of these little sheets, but maybe I'm getting lucky. Here it goes. Now let's make sure. They're like the clear little, and I'm going to set him right down here because I just think he's cute. He's going to be hanging out with the family. And I think he's adorable. Now I'm going to take this out so we can glue the music sheet down. Now these were made to be floating pockets, or they were made to be like a library pocket. And this does not have a library card in it, but it's easy enough to put one in there. Okay. Now I am going to fix it where you can use the back. If I can get my glue started here, you can use the back to get your, to add a pocket, to put a tag or something in there. And I'm trying to get this glue going. It's super thick, and I just filled this bottle, so it doesn't make sense that it would be. But what can I say? You never know what to expect. Okay, so I'm making it pretty, trying to rub it in a little bit because it came out so fast. I couldn't get it to come out, and then all I wanted to do was come out. So, keep our fingers crossed, right? Now, like I said, I want to make this be right in the center as best we can. I think it's adorable. And it's got the little beads and a grommet here on the side. I hope you guys remember when we did these. They were a lot of fun. And trying to make sure that I think I'm going to get a wipey while I'm using it as a paperweight. My book weight this book is new. I mean, I just finished it today, so it's pretty stiff still. Usually by the time I get finished messing with them, they will straighten up. Okay. Of course, that glue decided to go everywhere at the very bottom, so I'm going to get that off before we go any further. So this book is not going to be overloaded. It's got, I forget how many pages, you guys, but it's got quite a few. The pages are smaller on this book than some, because the book itself is not gigantic. It's like 8 by 5, I think. 8 by 5 or 8 by 4 3/4. One of the two. Now, this is still got a little bit of glue going on here, and I think I'm going to let it dry and then come back and finish erasing some of that glue off, because it's pretty just poured out on the bottom. Yeah, I'm trying to get as much as I can off, and then when we glue the next thing in, I'll come back. You got to give it a couple minutes for the, you know, the other part to straighten up. Okay, so that is so cute. We're going to put the little card in here, the little tag right there, and we'll come back and take care of that. Now, also right here is, you're going to see how beautiful this book is. We're going to put in a pocket here. And at the same time, all that's going on, my glue is coming out of my bottle. I don't know what it is. It's just been acting weird all day. It just needs to straighten up. We're not going to let that much come out this time. We're going to be very careful. This pocket has a cardinal on it. And I don't know if I showed you the primary paper. The paper that made me want to make this cardinal book is here on the front. I'll show you in just a second. Oh, now I got to keep this flat. I'm going to pull it out a little bit so it's not in the spine completely. I had to cut these a little shorter because I had them pretty long. And I couldn't just, you know, cut one. I had to cut both sides because you know, I'd already punched my hole in them. And after you've done that, you know, what can I say? Okay, now I'm going to show you here. So this is the front cover here. And then on the back, well, here you can see the inside. This is what really tells it like it is. Isn't that pretty? I just love this paper. And so I've just been like, oh, I got to get this book made right away. I used Artie Maze's digitals. I did some cool stitching here that made Christmas trees, Christmas cards. Trying to find the next pocket. I couldn't remember what I did with it. So we'll find it eventually here as we go along. I kind of put everything in the book before I started the video, so it wouldn't take so long. Flipping through, you know, just takes a lot of time. And I thought, well, maybe there's some bags and envelopes in this book. Right there it is. So I got to get a drink. Dry mouth today, or tonight. It's pretty late. I went downstairs and took a break. And there we go, pocket. Now, after this one, we have to go back and erase the glue off that first one, because that's the starter page, and we don't want any problems with that one. Okay, so I'm going to put this one right here, and just make sure it's nice and straight. I love cardinals at Christmas. Well, I love them anytime, honestly. It feels like there's a little bit of glue right there. Let me get it off. I don't like anything to stick to its next door neighbor. I don't want it sticking to its friend next door. There we go. Now let's go back over here, and I'm going to put this here to hold this so I can make sure I get the glue off right here. Stop. Okay. I don't want to rip off any page or anything, or part of the little sack that's on this pocket, or this library pocket. All right. Still, just a tiny bit. And I think that's good enough. All right. I don't know where this big thing of wipies came from. I guess I had to open a new one today and I just didn't recall. But anyway, that's okay. Now, we've got those other two pockets down. Now we're going to go to signature 2. All of them have the same covering on each signature. So, that's good. I was almost positive. Yeah, there is another pocket right there. I thought so. I just want to make sure. This is part of Artie Mays' kit, her digital kit. I like these pockets. They're different. So they're unusual. You know, they don't have the bottom folded up. But really, things fit in them nicely. I don't know who first designed them, but you do have to put a little bit across the bottom. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put these more toward the center. Yeah. So I hope you guys have had a good day. I've had a busy day. I finished this book, and then get this over here. Finished this book, and then I did a couple other videos, and that were part 1 and part 2. And I worked a little bit on my traveler's notebook today. So I've been busy. And I took a rest downstairs, and then I was like, okay, it's time to go back up and work some more. You know, it's hard to stay out of this room. Have you ever noticed that about your craft room? As much as I've got going on right now, Christmas is so busy. You know, and last year I had my hip done at Christmas or something. I can't remember. Something interfered. I think it was my hip. And so this year, I was hoping I would not have to have anything. But, you know, I had the second hip done this year, and then a lot of therapy. But I have to get my hand taken care of. And I'm so excited because it has been hurting so much. And it's like I just want it to be done and over with. Little bit of glue right there. Let's get him out. He's not invited to the party. I'm just a little bit crazy right now because it's like 12:30 at night. Sometimes that's when I do my best work. It's late at night. How are you guys at night? If you have to work the next day, I could see where it would be a little hard. Okay, there's that one. So let's move over to the next one. Now, I might have to lift it up and see where it ended up. Okay, so that was that one. Okay, and then this one is right here on this green paper. Okay, the problem is the tip of this is just, I don't know why. I think it's the weather that's making this seem so yucky. I don't know how else to say it. And you can never be sure. But I've been having good luck with my Fabri-Tac. It's just been gooey lately. I don't know how else to put it. And there is a big blob of it right there. Yeah. It's not cooperating. So I'm excited because I'm hoping everything works out where my daughter and her husband can bring Charlie and Lucy. I haven't had any grandkids since we moved in, and that was the boys. And, you know, it's, Charlie has really missed his pawpaw and Grammy. I think it's more pawpaw than Grammy. He's really attached to my husband. And, I mean, he'll cry for him. He's, you know, he's almost 8. He's 7 going on 8. He'll be 8 in March. But, he got really attached, overly attached to his pawpaw this summer. And it's just adorable. I love it. And I know his pawpaw does. Not that he cries, but we don't like that he cries when he misses us. But my daughter said, see, this last week he cried twice wanting to see us, and he hasn't got to see the house. And he doesn't understand all that. but he's precious. So hopefully they'll get to come down and everything will fall into place. Okay. All right. Okie doke. Okay, here we go. Now we can flip over to this other half over here and put in this cute little cardinal paper. We're going to put these pockets in, and then we're going to put in some side tucks in a bag. Okay, so I'm going to try to fix that right there where it got down a little low. Because you know how that will glue. It will be everywhere if we don't. Okay, and I put fray check on the, I put on the pom-pom and on this, and then I put fray check on the end so that it would be good. This is not the little cheap pom-poms. I bought the really nice ones. Paid more for them just so they would not come apart. You know how aggravating that is when you get the cheap ones and nothing stays together and you think, why did I do this? But if you get the nice ones and use fray check, I haven't had any trouble with them. So hopefully the owner of this book will not have any trouble with them either. Okay, so now we're going to go and find that other little, there should be 2 more pockets. I just don't remember exactly where. Okay. All right, come on, come on. Let's see. I'll do a flip through of this book when I completely finish it and put a tie on it or something. I haven't decided what the closure is going to be yet. And I'm going to set this here. I think it works better on this book that's so chubby. This is a chubby book. Okay, and sounds like somebody's opening the door downstairs. Sounds like a spooky movie. But I know it's my husband taking the dog out. He must be going to bed. Okay. Now, here we go. Now this one is going to go right down here in the center. There we go. Yeah, I like, these are cute little pockets. There we go. Get these pockets on, maybe we can have some fun after that, huh? Trying to make sure they're staying on here straight. There we go. Okay, one more pocket right back here. And I'm going to set this up here again so I don't have to fight the book. So we got our first big thing of wood today. I think I told you that in one of the previous videos that we were getting wood. I can't remember how many videos I did today. I think I did 3. Trying to get a little caught up on them. And I just have a lot to do to get through the Christmas season. Like, get this down here. Trying to get the glue off my finger. Now we're going to go like this. Put this one down here. I'm trying to keep things as flat as possible because this book pretty much took over. It was just determined. What happened is I just kept finding things that I thought would be so pretty in it. Before you know it, my 3 signatures are bigger than they needed to be, but that's okay. All right, so now on this very back, I don't want that there. It's driving me crazy. On the very back here, got this Cardinal. Isn't he cool? He came out of one of the bird books I have, and it was too big for me to put just anywhere, but I decided to put it here on the back, and I had to sew it and make it fit because it's regular. Well, I was going to put it on a page, and then I decided it was pretty bulky that I needed to put it on the back. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to fix it where whoever owns it can get a tag back here if they wish. There we go. Man, my glue is slow and thick. And the crazy thing is I just filled this up before I called it quits yesterday. And it was out of a brand new bottle. So I don't know, it's just cantankerous. Okay, so this one is going to come down lower but center. Okay. That way, I'm trying to keep it straight. There we go. I push on it and then it decides to rotate around. And that's how some glue gets out that way. Yes, I see glue. I see you. I'm going to have to set and hold this for a second. It doesn't want to cooperate. And now see when the glue gets thick, look at that. It doesn't want to stay down. All right. It is going to stay down one way or another, right? I'll find something to hold the sucker down, but we got to let it sit there for a minute. So while that's happening, I'll clean up my little bit of a mess here. It's mostly glue. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to put in here. I want to make sure this is cooperating still. It is. We're going to have to clean up some of the glue. But let's let that sit on there for a minute. So I've got all of these goodies and more. This is not all of them. Here's some more over here and some more. So anyway, I've got a side tuck and two side tucks, and we can do a belly band, but I really didn't plan a belly band, you know, so we'll just have to see. It just wants to slide down. It's silly thing. Okay, now let's get this over here and let's get busy. It's still not staying down like I want it to. So what will end up happening is I'll put a book on it overnight and make sure it stays down, and by morning we will have no problems with it. Now in the meantime, I'm going to clean up what I can of the glue so we don't have to deal with it being stuck to the book or whatever I use under it. Sorry, I just have worked so hard on this book. I don't want any glue showing. This is where I'm pretty much a perfectionist when it comes to making my books. And I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but it makes me crazy if you can see glue and all of that. So I try to avoid it. I can get my little glue, my glue eraser. Okay, that part is taken care of. Now let's see where else. Okay, right here on the end is got a little bit. Let's see if we can get that out. See, if you give it a few minutes, it will get real rubbery like, and you can roll it right out. But if you give it more than a few minutes, you can't get the glue off. And yeah, that's not acceptable to this old lady. So I'm trying to also get my design team Cheaply Chic trying to get that done so we can get that one finished, because Friday the November release is coming out. Now, yes, these were she was a little bit behind. I forget now what caused her to be behind. I think they took a vacation that was much needed. You know, sometimes you just got to take off. And it did throw her behind a couple weeks. So we'll be getting the November one. The release comes out on Friday. So go watch her videos and you will be able to find out when they release. Okay. And I think she's given a giveaway. And I don't know if that's going to be announced tomorrow or the next day. But you can go over to her channel. It's Cheaply Chic. And okay, anywhere you see the Traveler's Notebook, you can find her link. All right. I wanted to get this done so tomorrow I can start on another project. Okay, so that has calmed down. And I'll put a book on it overnight, but right now I'm not going to worry with it. And I've got to decide which tag I want to put in there. Let's go ahead and put some tags in. We've got a few. So we have this one, and it is a trifold. I'm not going to open it, but it opens out, and you have 3 tags, and you have a lot of journaling space on the inside of this one. But, you know, I have a hard time tying bows, and I actually got the bow tied, so I'm not about to untie it. And that one is going to go into this sack. Maybe. It may be too wide. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it really needs to have one that is not as chunky. Let me get one. I have plenty. So we got this little guy, this little Cardinal that was decoupaged. I didn't even try the tags in here because it looked like it was plenty big. Oh, but that's going to be pretty, 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 pretty. I love that. Okay, now we've got this front. One's already taken care of. It knows where it's going and what it's doing. So in this front pocket, let's see if we, well, I don't know if I want to put the same. How about we try this one? Isn't that cute? This is a Christmas card, old Christmas card that I turned into a tag. And there will be a video on that. Okay, and you will see that in the video. But it's going right here on the first in the first pocket. So here we go. We're going to go over, and I'm trying real hard not to make this too chunky because it is definitely already pretty chunky. I mean, it's taken control. Okay. There is that pocket. So let's see. We've got several little pockets. How about we do this one? Now, this one I made out of just a standard plain tag. And I cut this little bird Cardinals out of a cross-stitch sheet, vintage, and then this old red doily and some tea-stained linen. So we're going to put, if I can get my tag to go in there. It didn't want to cooperate for a second. Nah. This has a little bit of puffiness on it. It might not work in this one. Oh, good grief. Well, I have more. This one opens from, when you undo it, it opens out. So you have 2 tags in one. So let's put it in here. It will cooperate. Now, let's flip over here to the next signature. And look at that pretty paper. I've never stitched those little trees before, and I saw them. I don't know why I hadn't noticed them before, but I saw them and I was like, I have got to do that. Look how cute this little envelope is. Yeah, we'll be putting some things in the envelope too. Well, we could go ahead and do that right now, actually. I have these little cardinals that I put on a index card. These are Christmas ornaments out of a Crafty magazine. Yeah, they turned out cute. So they get to go in this one. Yeah, right there. And there is the next pocket. Now let's just see if this one will cooperate and go in here. Because if not, we're going to be up a creek with some of our tags. I had to cut some of these shorter. I was telling you guys, and we're going to put this one here. And I didn't like having to do that, but I might have to go back and make some smaller tags. And that's not a biggie. They'll be a surprise when you see them. Okay, so we're going into the third area here, and let's try this one. It looks bigger. See, I could tell it was bigger. There we go. I love how that looks. Okay, now I think there's another pocket or two. Okay, here's another envelope. And I have, where did my other, I know I have other things to go in there because I made them. I just got to find them. Well, where did they go? Okay, here is a journaling card that we can put in here. It has a cardinal on it. I might have to, let me try something different. Yeah. No, I don't like that either. I want it to be bigger. So here is the little mason type jar. Now anything you put in there is going to slide down, but you know I feel the pockets. I can't stand it. Okay, now where did my other pocket go? And then after we get that one filled, we'll do what we can. Here's another one. Let's put this bigger one in here. And then we need to add to the one of them up front. I think there's several different pockets. Just have to wait and see what shows up, right? Okay, here is this pocket. Now, let's see. There we go. I like that. Or we can do this. Let's do that. Now, we can get over here. I think there's one more right here, and we can just use this one for right here. And like I said, there's, I don't want to push them down in there too far because there's glue. Okay, so now we've got, each one has something in a pocket. Now we've got to go backwards and fill in these little bags like this right here. We want to make sure that you have something in all of those. And we have an envelope also. I want to put in this middle section, but I don't want to put it on just any page. I want it to be strong enough. But I don't want it to cover up anything I like, which is everything. So I think I'm going to do it here on this. Got this doily and everything going on right here, but I'm still thinking, do I want to do that? So we could do it right here. That's a good spot. Let me get a clip. And I'm probably going to use, in this book, I'll probably use gold clips. I think it'll look nicer. And then, let's see. So we got that pocket filled. We got that pocket filled. We got that one filled. Now let's see what's happening on this first signature. I know we have a bag or something on here, I believe. I was going to put some, oh, there's an empty pocket. That's going to be way too big. We don't want to miss out on an empty pocket, right? So I'm trying to keep a lot of flat stuff in here so it doesn't take up too much room. I'm glad we ran up on that. Okay, now I think this will be too big for that, but we're going to find a place for this. This is another little journaling card I made. And it will work there perfect. And let me keep going here. Maybe it's back this way, the other half of it. There it is. Now let me see what I've got. I don't have a whole lot left. Let me see if there's any more. Oh, there's some little tags right there, but that is too big for what I want. Oh, crud bud. I'll have to find one. I'll have to find another short tag or journaling card. And actually, I've got one. I just want to cut it a little shorter. So if I do it like that, yeah, hold on. Let me get my trimmer going. All right. I knew I had something to put right there. And, okay, so all of those should be full. Now, let's put some side tucks in. We've got 2 side tucks and two things to put in it. So, depending on which side, this one needs to go on the right side. So, let's put it back here. If I can find a good spot for it. Just like that. Bingo. Got lucky, didn't we? Now, what happened to my little wipey I was wiping everything on? I'm telling you, this glue gets on your fingers and you have to roll it off. It's kind of like a little booger. I know. I'm crazy. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put this down right here, and I'm trying my hardest not to let it go crazy. Sometimes, you know, it has a mind of its own. Got to turn it over. I think I want to put a little bit of glue right here, because sometimes your items will just fall out if you don't have plenty of glue on there. Okay, let's put it right here. And I'm just going to line it up, get it as straight as I can. Trying to bring it up to the very edge. There we go. And you can always count on a little bit of glue. Even